Good afternoon. Welcome to another Breaking Bread with Chef Darwin. That's me. And we're actually going to make some French fries. It's just a little favorite thing that like my kids, and I'm sure your kids will also enjoy. What we're going to do today, like I said, just make the French fries. And first, obviously, you clean your fry, the potatoes. And then we have to peel them.
Boy.
Once we get our potatoes peeled, we already peeled for time constraint reasons. We already went ahead and peeled most of the potatoes. We're just going to peel one to show you how easy it is. So just get a little peeler and peel the potatoes. Don't go ahead. Yes, in the kitchen I have a little garbage down here that I can use. It catches all the peelings as I take them out. And like I said, it's a real quick and easy way. And because this is supposed to be for the kids and kid-friendly, we're using all of the safety features that my wife went out and got for me. Now, if you look, we've cut everything off of it. Thank you. Now, next thing you got to do is want to rinse your potatoes off. Now, this is something that my wife got for me. Right? Don't need names or anything like that, but it's a perfect little attachment. It's going to help us cut our French fries. Now, let's see if we can do a whole potato first. This is going to be interesting and exciting. We take that, you set it down on there. Put it down. And then push it down. It's a little harder than I thought it was going to be. But now I'm going to lift this up for you to see. Lift this up. Look at that.
Delicious.
Now when we put those in our air fryer, because we're going to make it a healthy alternative, okay? So that way, this is air fryer, there's no grease involved. So this is something that your kids can actually make. And if you get the equipment like this, like my wife got for us, this little potato slicer, basically what it is, it has all the safety features so that, if your children get hungry, they can cut them up. Now, the beautiful thing is you can also do this with carrots, which is so awesome. But today what we're doing is that. So what we're going to do, we're going to open it up because we're just going to start setting them in here, getting them all ready. And then we're just going to take another potato.
Now we can actually, I have a question.
Okay.
We can actually put seasoning also on that, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Best time for me, as far as I'm seasoning it, is afterwards. But you can put some on it because it's an air fryer. See, I'm used to using oil because I've been a chef for 20 years. So most of my career, what we've done is we use oil. Now without the oil, you're not going to wash all of the seasonings off of it. So yes, you can actually season beforehand and put it in there. And it works wonderfully.
Awesome, great.
But if you look at this, look at that.
That is perfect.
And then we'll just dump it in here. And the beautiful thing is that these things also have settings. The French fry settings and so on and so forth. But this little cutter, this little slicer right here, it's amazing. Because it's safer and your children can use it as well. Whoops. Look at that. Chef Darwin made a boo-boo.
Yeah, I had to cut it in half a couple of times when I was cutting something else. The carrots, I had to cut it first.
Well, I made that one a little bit too.
So maybe you could cut it
thick.
in half.
This thing is called French fry cutter.
But yes, you get a little paring knife, and yes, we can. We cut it in half. This makes our French fries a lot smaller. But we also cut down on the cooking time. So you get your cut in half French fry potato, and wow, that's really strong.
You're really strong.
Now, that was just a few potatoes. We actually have some more over there. But we're just going to cut these, and then we're going to start cooking them as we slice up the rest, and we'll put the rest just back in the water. And that's a beautiful thing. If you cut too many potatoes, you can just save the rest, even after they're sliced up for later. Now I'm going to pull the basket out. Not that I'd recommend you doing this at home, but I'm going to pull this basket out so I can show you. See that? We have almost a full basket of potatoes in there. Our own French fries all cut up and ready to go. Now, the beautiful thing about this is look at this. These come with, move it over here a little bit more.
Buttons.
Look at that. French fries, gives you the time, the temperature, and then it starts. It's got 18 minutes. It's going to take 18 minutes. Now you look, it only took us a few minutes to cut up these fries. We're going to keep cutting. We have 3 more potatoes left to cut up. Now, hold on, let me cut this in half. We're going to try and make this easier because I'm going to have some kids doing this stuff here in a minute. That's why we saved a couple of these.
Yeah.
So we're going to take our paring knife. You know, let's get a better knife for this. Now this is the part I would recommend the children do. Being the chef, I have the chef knife. So we're going to cut it in thirds because it'll make it easier for the kids to use. In case anyone's wondering who this girl is beside me, little girl, this is my daughter, Alicia, everybody. She,
That's in 4.
not yet, but she's actually going to be having her own show in which she's going to talk to young ladies and share her experiences and her knowledge of things that she's learned in her years with the youth, and hopefully, help them out a little. Because every experience is a teaching moment. Okay? So, we washed our hands, right? Hands are clean. We're going to take a small potato first. It's going to be kind of small. We're going to turn it sideways so it's not quite as small. Place it for you. Start it off. Set this up here. Come on over here and push that down. Yep, come on over here and push that down.
Well, that looks simple.
Now show everybody. Look at that. She just made French fries.
That's awesome.
Now, we're having to do a couple more. Feeling strong today?
No.
You do that one? What do you think?
Yeah.
Put it like this? Or put it like this?
I don't care what way.
Now, the reason why I start that is so that it doesn't slip. We don't want
So you have to cut them like that, and it makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It won't go there.
You might want to pop it.
No.
Pop it down. There you go. Look at that.
That hurt.
Look at that. Now, the reason why I'm showing you that is because as she does that,
I'm not strong as you.
well, I ate my Wheaties today.
What?
Yeah, I ate my Wheaties. If you eat your Wheaties every day, it makes you strong. Okay, I'm not really strong. But
I don't care what you're saying.
that's why she got me this, so that it makes it look like I'm stronger. Anyway,
Liar.
we'll just cut up the rest of these.
Perfect.
Now, check this out. We showed you that how many we do it that way, but now it holds more. We've just been doing it like that each time so we can show you. But each time you do that,
You just lifted that.
you pick it up,
I'm pretty
and you have more and more French fries. Now, The beautiful thing about doing this with this is that, one, it's very safe. Okay, your children can use this. I wouldn't let anybody under the age of 12 because it still is a knife on there. Even though it is more secure, it still is a knife. And after all, safety is the most important part. So, just turn it. But we can do multiples.
Where did it go?
And see how fast it is? Now think about this. Not only am I a chef, but I'm a caterer. I own my own catering company. So, as we're trying to make good for you food taste better, now, cut up the rest of our potatoes and the French fries. Yep, that's all of them.
No, it's not.
Oh, you're right. I'm wrong. See, look at that. Look at all the French fries that we have. And it doesn't take a long time. See, contrary to probably believe, everyone thinks that if you're going to do something a little bit healthier, it's going to take so long. Now, this could be done quickly for dinner, or
I think it's still more in there.
nope. Look at that. Look at all those French fries. We already have one basket of fries already cooking, and we've still got like 13 minutes left in this, and then we'll have all that. So what we're going to do right now is what I like to call chatting with the chef. Right in the middle of this, we're going to have chatting with the chef. So if anyone has any questions or comments, you can leave them down there. We'll get to them as soon as we possibly can. If anyone has anything that they want to ask
Is that?
about this potato fry cutter or
Grandma.
anything like that, we can do that. Like I said, this is my daughter. Come here. Let's introduce you to the family. This is my son Michael, and this little guy. Come here, little guy. This little guy right here. This is my son Joseph. Joseph, say hi to everybody. So what we're doing is we're making French fries, guys. And you saw us. We cut everything up. We got some fries in the air fryer cooking. Now, this goes right to what we were talking about making good for you food taste better. It's going to be a little healthier for us because we don't have all that oil, saturated fats that can clog up your arteries and hurt your heart. Now, most of us have the ability, our bodies filter all that stuff out and we get rid of it. But as we get a little bit older, like me, for example, now that I'm since about to celebrate my 29th birthday for the couple of times, we now, I'll ground you. No, I'm kidding. But anyhow, as you get a little bit older, what happens is your body doesn't filter those things out as well. Because we've been bombarding it with those things all our lives.
Can someone say hi?
So what we need to do is have things with less cholesterol. So everything that we cut back on is healthier for us. So by using an air fryer, which you can get, at any store that really sells electronics, you can buy them at Walmart, you can go get it at Best Buy. There's tons of different places that you can get these air fryers, and they are awesome. A lot of restaurants and caterers are also starting to use them to offer a healthy alternative because if you're now air frying it and you're not using that oil, that takes all the cholesterol out, the saturated fats, it lowers everything, so people can still have some of those things that they really love and enjoy.
That's awesome.
But make it healthier for them. That's what we try to do with Dna-catering. That's what we do. So, what's some of your favorite foods that we've had over the years that's fried? What do you like? What do y'all like?
Pizza.
Chicken wings. Everything?
Pizza.
Wow, tough crowd. We'll start with the chicken wings. Check this out, son. Now, you could take regular chicken wings, or you could take things like your boneless wings, chicken tenders, anything like that, and you can cook those right in here. And they'll get just as crispy as if you were cooked in oil, but they'll have none of that saturated fat, none of that cholesterol that would be in it that's added from cooking it in oil. And at Dna-catering, what we do is people loved getting their pizza and wings, right? So what we have is we've made our own dough, huh? That's not only healthier, but it's also a gluten-free. We have a gluten-free dough. We have dough that has gluten in it, but it's still a healthier version. So what people can do is they can go online to Dna-catering.com and they can order things like that. Now, misconception about things is that Dna-catering and other catering companies, we only do big weddings. That's not really true anymore. Because of certain things that have changed over the last couple of years, what's happened is caterers will now do dinner for 4, dinner for 2. Now, it's never going to be the same price as making it for yourself at home, but if you want good, healthy, quality meals that are made for you and your family, for any occasion, at any size, you can go to DNA Catering and go online, and you can talk to one of our representatives, or maybe even myself, or you can just submit that order, and someone will get back to you with the time and the place that at your convenience, and we'll get that food sent right out to you. But anyways, back to the French fries. We have, see, we're waiting. Hold on. We have 8 more minutes till we have fries. Now, one of the things we're going to do, we're going to move this bowl over and pull this up. This is our tongs to remove the fries, so start grabbing them with our hands. Now, one thing you have to definitely do is shake it up. But I want to show you, while it's cooking, mix it up a little bit. But look at that. Pretty soon they're going to start browning, and we are going to have a big bowl of fries that the kids can enjoy. And like I said before, it's healthier. Now, we discussed the chicken wings thing, and one other thing I want to tell you is that at DNA Catering, what we do is we offer things like they have the boneless wings, okay, made of chicken. Well, we have something kind of similar, but it's plant-based, okay? So one of the things that we were challenged with was trying to come up with things that were similar in flavor and texture, but didn't have any of the cholesterol at all. So what we've done is we've made our own sauce.
Joe.
So we have a line of sauces that we have, and we have our own plant-based. You can get the same, you can get regular boneless wings from DNA Catering, but you can also get the plant-based version. Everything that we have that you can get in the regular version of Italian food, you can also get in plant-based. We have made our very own Alfredo sauce. When it comes with plant-based chicken, it has dairy-free, no cholesterol Alfredo sauce, because we have plant-based cheese in it. It's an amazing twist on a very popular recipe, so that those of us that have the issue where we can no longer have that cholesterol like we used to have can still enjoy all of that food, but we don't have to have all that cholesterol. Now, I hope that nobody else has to go through that same heart procedure that I had to go through, okay? But I have to be honest with you, I'm really hoping that anyone that does will give us a call and give us an opportunity to show you how you could still have the same great flavor, great food, great family fun, and stay healthy. For other people, you can be more proactive. You know, you don't have to always have the plant-based stuff, but it's an alternative. And I know that once you start trying those things, what'll happen is you'll enjoy it, you'll like it, and then it'll become part of your daily habit. See, for me, it was a new thing I had to learn. The exciting part was I got to be on the cutting edge and help develop these recipes for people. And we'll go all over the place. It's not, just here in my own hometown. We're more than willing to stretch out so that we can bring good for you food that tastes better to everybody. Because we want everyone to live a happier, healthier life. And one of the best ways is to just a little change in your diet and a good relationship with God. And if you can have those things, you can achieve anything in your life. Because one, you're going to be healthier. When you're healthier, I don't know about anybody else, but you see my children. I want to be around for years to come so that I can have fun with them. One day when my daughter turns 40 and I allow her to date, I'm kidding, she's going to one day meet a nice boy that I don't chase off, and, kidding again, what's going to happen is one day she'll be married, and I want to be there to be a part of that. I want to see my kids graduate, just like I'm sure each and every one of you do too. So sometimes we'll just make that little bit of change to our diet so that we can be around for a long time. So, we talked about the chicken wings. I do apologize, I'm kind of all over the place a little bit, but I'm trying to get to everything everybody wants to know. You brought up pizza, Joe. Pizza. And then I told you that we have our own dough that we make. And here's a very interesting thing. Now, these air fryers, these personal air fryers, aren't as big as the ones that you would see in a restaurant. Okay, those are called Turbo Chefs. They're a little bit bigger. Same concept. Okay? So, anyhow, here at home, what we can do is you take that, and they're the right size for a personal pan pizza. So we can make all the same things. They make meat crumbles, which is all plant-based, and all these other things that we can have, which will enable and allow us to make the same pizza that you've always enjoyed, no cholesterol. So here we have this. So now I can make Joe a pizza on a Friday night when he's wanting to watch a movie. We can do that, and it's all plant-based and healthier. Now, my children eat it all the time, I'm going to be honest. But they do eat it once in a while. And one of the things that my dad taught me when I was a young kid was you have to try it. You don't know if you don't like it if you don't try it. I know a lot of people today, they just look at something, they're like, oh, no. If you don't try something, you'll never know. You could be missing out on a wonderful experience. So, all in all, what we're really trying to do is just educate the people, help you get a better relationship with yourself and what you put in your body. Because, as God says, your body is a temple, okay? And it really doesn't really belong to us. It belongs to God, and what we put into it should be pure. And as it is right now, if you go up and down the grocery store, I challenge everybody, take a look at what you're eating. Turn it over and look at the ingredients. Look at all of the preservatives. Look at the saturated fats that are in it. And then when you calculate that whole thing up for the entire day, look how much junk we're putting in our bodies. And then we wonder why we have no energy. We wonder why we can't get around. We wonder why we hurt. We have aches and pains. Because nobody ever tells you how much what you eat can affect your diet. I mean, not your diet. What your diet is, how it can affect your mood, your health, everything. There's foods out there that burn slower but longer periods of time. So you're not as tired for a longer time. Instead of getting that sugar rush that gives you that boost of energy really quick, but then you come down really hard and you crash. And then your body will try to store. People don't, I don't want to eat, I don't want to do this. People that don't eat regularly and healthily, their body will try to store things, and then it will create more fat. It will store more things. Then you can get into things that I've learned recently called insulin resistance. Insulin what? Insulin resistance. Do you know that if we put too much of the wrong thing into our body, it can actually stop our body from doing the natural things that it does to help us have a healthier lifestyle? So not only can we hurt ourselves, but we can stop our body from doing the functions it's supposed to be able to do to keep us healthy. See, preservatives help keep food longer, but for some reason it doesn't help keep us longer. Otherwise, they'd have big jars of preservatives on the counters at the doctor's office, so we could go just, go get a jar of preservatives and, hey, we're good to go. Anyway, sorry, got a little off track. How much time we got left on our French fries?
I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, wait.
You're turning it off?
I'm not turning it off. That means we went 18 minutes, and our French fries are on the cool down stage. so no one gets their fingers burned. Now, making fries from scratch, sometimes we have to put it in for a little bit longer, but trust me, in the end, it'll be more than worth it.
Oh,
See?
that looks delicious.
They're not quite browned yet, but what we're going to do
Sounds good.
is we're going to set this aside and we're going to pull out a couple. See, the problem is that...
Won't you get a glass bowl, Alicia?
Glass.
Well, we're going to have to put them in again for a little bit longer because they still need to crisp up.
Mm.
One of the things about not having the oil is that it does sometimes take a little bit longer, just like in the oven when you're crisping, same thing. But they are crisping, so we'll give it a couple more minutes. Sorry about that. We're getting a couple more minutes in the oven, and well, air fryer, air oven, so that they can finish up. Like I said, fresh always tastes better, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my wife a question.
Dna-catering may take your
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody just called to talk to us about potentially ordering, which is great because, you know. Now, let me ask you guys a question.
Oh gosh.
If you can eat something that tastes the same as the food you were used to getting, but it's healthier, what do you think about that? In your own words, just give us your opinion.
And I think I will love it.
What about you?
The world just came back from going down.
Well, I mean that's one way to look. I don't know if I go quite that far, but the whole purpose and whole point of everything is this: if we can take foods that people would eat on a regular basis, and we can make it just a little bit healthier for us, that would be worth all kinds of things to us. Just to share some of the experience. I mean, I tell you what it felt like when I had my problem with my heart, and I spent 2 weeks in the hospital when they did a bypass. But look at them. It not only affected me, it affected my children. I went to work one day, and all they knew was, "Oh, Dad didn't feel very well." I went to the doctor, and the next thing you know, I'm in an ambulance, being taken to the hospital, and no one really knows what's going on. I know when I think of something that happening to my dad, and I'm not young anymore, as shocking as that might be.
But you said you were 20-something.
I know, right? Anyhow.
He's 50. Don't have.
You're gonna be grounded.
Well, the next time we see Michael, will be he'll be 50. Anyway. As I was saying, that, you know, life choices that we make not only affect ourselves, but they do affect our children. And there's nothing that's scarier for you yourself than finding out and having your children know what you're going through when that happens, because it affects them. They also know that dad's in the hospital, mom's in the hospital, and it alters their life too. So remember, when we start eating a little healthier, we're not just doing it for ourselves, but we're doing it for our whole entire family. And we're just talking about this stuff right now because we're kind of waiting a little bit for our fries to crisp up a little. Let me see if I can find one in here that's done, because these
Yeah, what?
Have a fry.
You gonna smell it?
Want a bigger one?
Yes.
They're not turning brown like I wanted, but that's okay because what they're not
It's hot.
is they're not full of oil. So, you know what else we can do? Let's watch this. Grab that, open up, grab that ketchup out for me. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Let me see, I just need to find a little bowl that I can use for this. And we'll grab one of these little bowls like this. It's just going to have a little tiny fun with this.
It's good. It's good. It's too hot.
That's because we didn't put any
Ketchup? Ooh, ketchup sounds good right now.
So, you ready? Take fry. Take fry when you're done.
And it's not limited to ketchup because what also we can do is we can
Ready?
make dips. Honey mustard, barbecue. That looks delicious.
Now,
It is.
they may not look brown
And it's
and
good for
crispy,
you.
but it's a healthier version
I want more.
of the French fries.
That's what we like to hear. I want more.
Here,
Here you go. Have at it.
I'd love to have one.
Here you go.
And maybe we could even put some like sea salt
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about
or
before.
pink Himalayan salt
You can-
on it.
Season it as you like,
Mm,
and it's not limited.
that's right.
Want some sauce?
Sure.
It's not limited to just French fries. Like I was saying before, we can do this with absolutely anything that we want. Chicken, Nick. Chicken. Turkey. Potatoes. You can make your own personal pizzas in these. Which, by the way, we are actually going to do. Not today. But how would you guys like to, in our next cooking class that we do with you guys, your next, basically home ec class, if we get some dough and we make pizzas, little individual pizzas. What do you think about that?
Tiny pieces.
No, we like this big. It can fit. As long as it fits in here, we can make it like that. So, we can do that. And you want to hear somebody from the audience? That'll be your mom. Get really excited. Because here's something else we're going to do. When we make the pizza dough, we're going to get some cinnamon, which is also very good for you. Yeah. And there's different kinds of sugars, which we will explain later on. But we're going to have a cinnamon and sugar combination that's vegan friendly. Okay?
Vegan friendly.
We're going to make our own dough. And we're going to make a favorite that we always get at the state fair. Fried dough. But what we're going to do is a whole entire series on things we can do inside the air fryer that you can have good for you food taste better. And can't do it at home? What you can do is you can call us at Dna-catering and we can have this sent right out to your house. We can do the fried dough. We can do the personal pizzas. Our next actual Breaking Bread show is going to be Ratatouille. It's going to be on the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. This time, I think we're doing a Ratatouille, which we're not going to do the actual Ratatouille that they have in the show. That one's going to be, I think, the following one, which is more of a teen thing. And we're going to have a fun kids night so we can watch Ratatouille, and we're going to try to make the actual dish that they made in the movie.
Yes. That's
that'll
so exciting.
Be, I think the second show of the month. And this way, we can make it fun, make good for you food taste better, a fun-filled evening that you can share with your family.
Not today, honey.
Because when you do that with your kids and you bring it all together, isn't that after all that what it's really about? Because when I was a kid, dinners was an event.
Yeah, that too.
It's what it's supposed to be. It's where you get back together with your kids and you all talk to each other and you teach them, you spend time with them as a family where they can find out and talk to you about how your day was. And you can talk to them about how their day went. And you can use that opportunity to talk about God or whatever, anything you want to talk about.
We can teach them what the schools are not.
So we can bring
Called
ourselves
gap
back
insurance.
together as a family unit, and we can teach them how they
Yes,
should go.
Lord.
Because if we teach them how they should go, they will not part from it. And these are the things that they will remember for the rest of their lives. So take advantage of those family times. Because as unimportant as it might seem when you gather together just to break bread with each other, it's one of those things that will stay with your children, and then they will share it with theirs and theirs. And this is something that will go on from generation to generation, and it will only make the family stronger. And as the family unit becomes stronger, the country becomes stronger. And as the country becomes stronger, the world can become stronger. It all starts with one meal or one breaking bread. So, we'll see you next time on another episode of Breaking Bread. Kids, say bye to everybody.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Good for you.
Tastes better.
Bye.
Don't.